Good day, friends. Time for our weekly devotion. And so this morning I want to touch on two chapters in Exodus, chapter 16 and 17. And twice it's mentioned that the nation of Israel, God's people, journeyed with Moses through the desert. And the Bible says, and they grumbled. And they moaned and they grumbled. So I want to just take that phrase and I want to quickly talk about that. And maybe it might just help you and serve you well. You see, it came under my attention when I read this and I journeyed through the book of Exodus and also Numbers and in Joshua, Deuteronomy. I find this thing, that to murmur and to grumble is not always the best thing you can do. It is rather dangerous. Because a murmuring and a grumbling can be an expression of discontent, expression of it's not going well, you don't like what you see, you are dissatisfied. But it can also be, if it prolongs and it becomes the habit of grumbling and moaning, it becomes like a soft rebellion, a soft resistance against what God allows now in your life, whether His allowable will or His perfect will. Now, what I want to bring under your attention, inasmuch as discontent can just be an expression in a safe space of a current moment, just getting the emotions out, if discontent becomes a vital part of life, seeing and not being happy and not going forward with what God is doing in your life, this discontent becomes more than just an expression or a fault finding. It becomes if I can put it this way, a prophetic life against the promises that which is to come in your life later. Let me explain. You see, a lot of times we think prophetic utterance is just by words, but as you live, your life is a seed. The way you live, representing Jesus, where you take you in communities, where you pay a sacrifice, you are sowing a seed. It's a prophetic seed for generations to come because people see more than what they hear. So the way I live is either agreeing with the Jesus way and the way and whatever God allows in my life, or it's a resistance and it's in a different way. So my life becomes prophetic in its essence. So if I moan and grumble, this becomes a prophetic action, and it will serve and work against that which is to come in the future, which is promises. If I live in a state of moaning and grumbling for too long, it will prolong a season in my life of just living or camping out in the just enough spaces and maybe in the shadow of promise, but you will never taste the promise because of this attitude of heart. So, without any condemnation, I want to say this morning, let's check our words, let's check our hearts. And if something is not easy and if you're not very satisfied, express it, speak to God, but get yourself to a place where you immediately agree with God, what He's doing, what He's busy with, and flow with Him, so that the better, that which God plans for you, can play out in your life. Romans 8:28 says, all things will work together for those who love Jesus. So go well, keep moving forward, and make sure not to be the carrier of moans and groans. Rather say, with God, all things is possible. Thank you so much. Till next time.